Hi buddy, Papa Kenny from Papa Kenny's Workshop. We got a new project, but before we get into that, you guys seen the last video? I got all the bugs worked out at a little deuce mower. Before I tack weld the variable speed pulley down for the last time, I took it around the block. I'll tell you what, this thing rips pretty good. It's probably a half a mile around this block. It's a big circle. I got a whole lot of laughs, I got some thumbs up, and I got a lot of weird looks, but that's okay. Just want to say, thank you. This is a project I did for my grandkids, with my grandkids, and I want to say thanks for all your input, your suggestions, all you people, all my subscribers, even if you weren't subscribers, all your input, your comments, just made it an amazing project to do. Now, look how this thing turned out. I'm pretty proud of it. Thanks. Alright, so on to the next project. Actually, one more thing. I want to give a shout out to Catherine, one of my subscribers, who gave me a gremlin bell to put on the Holly. Thank you, Catherine. There's the little gremlin bell. I put it as low as I can, as closest to the front as I can. If you're not familiar with a gremlin bell, I suggest you go Google it. Gremlin bell for a Harley Davidson. Alright, so here we are. Last video, I told you I got this snowblower. You're saying, what the hell am I going to do with a snowblower in July? Well, you'll find out in a minute. Alright, supposedly it runs, only one auger spins. I think it's a shear pin. We'll take a look at that. We'll get this thing, see how it runs before we go anywhere. And I got this Jackson 2-tire or 2-wheel wheelbarrow with steel handles. What could I possibly make out of these two things? I told you it was going to be epic. Alright, I'm going to go get a coffee. You guys probably hear that a lot in this video. I'm going to get some tools out, and I'll set up the tripod. While I'm doing that, you guys can enjoy a short video. Me and my wife, we went out to Newport yesterday. We went and walked the cliff walk around the ocean, the mansions, and then we went downtown Newport and got some ice cream. But you guys can enjoy a short video. It's just, a little video of the cliff walks. Nothing major. To anybody that doesn't know what the cliff walks are, it's basically a cliff walk around the ocean shoreline, around some mansions out in Newport, Rhode Island. Truly amazing. Oh, we've seen a bunch of wooden elephants too. So, anyways, you got to keep an eye out for them wooden elephants. Alright, guys, enjoy the video. Short video, like I said, and I'll see you back here in a second. There's a big wave. It's going to crash over the rocks. Oh, excuse me, the cliffs. Surface way out there.
I know.
Surfer out there. Must be some kind of beach because I see a boundary out there. Alright, did you guys enjoy the video? I didn't think so. Alright, first thing, let's check gas. Smells okay. And it's been sitting for years, so you might need carburetor work. You know how that goes. Alright, so we got a key in. I'm going to choke it. We'll give it a couple primes. And I'm going to start up. I'll keep you guys back here. And let me know if both of these things spins or what's going on. Alright, so we'll pump this thing a few times. I don't know if it's a neutral here. Alright, let's let it rip. What happened? Well, if you don't electric start, that's one. The electric start don't work. Alright, so electric start don't work. Alright, so she's done. Were they both spinning or just one? I think only one. So let's knock that shear pin out. Basically, this is what a shear pin. You can find these anywhere that sell snowblowers. Just a bolt. I don't know, kind of looks like grade 8, but it's got a shear shank on it. So it's probably what's wrong with this. Let's pop it out and see what happens. Wow, not even one in it. Shear pin's in. Let's see if she spins. Alright, so we know that works, and after all that, I don't need any of that. So let's take this, let's start taking this thing apart. We'll have to look into the electric start after. Alright, so I guess we'll start with the chute and this stuff. Alright, I'll tell you, I'll let you guys know when I'm done with this project. I have no use for it, so I'm going to give it away to someone on the channel. It's going to be a pretty cool thing. So it's going to be a giveaway. I'm letting you guys, everybody know right now. So if you got any comments or suggestions, let me know, especially when you find out what I'm doing. Let's get the chute off for now. Any ideas what the wheelbarrow and this are going to be? Can't tell you. Gonna have to follow along. Why do they make these things so freaking long? Sorry, it's a hand wing nut, plastic. Can't use no power tools on it. Guys, having a good summer? I have. We haven't get out on the bike too much, but we will pretty soon. You guys got any suggestions for any other projects down the road, feel free to leave it in the comments down below. So basically, I'm taking off this thing that turns the chute. And I say, honey, what are you guys are not going to believe what I'm making. Alright, we never throw anything away at Papa Kenny's workshop because you never know where you're going to use it again. Bunch of 7/16 nuts. That are pretty rusted. We got a little baby wolf, wolf, a little baby fox that comes visit us every night. He's a pretty little guy. I throw him out little dog treats and he comes, sniffs them out and eats them. I call him Scruffy. As soon as it turns dark, he'll be here. Oh, these things are tough. They don't want to come off. One more. Always gonna be one, right? All right. I don't know if I need to take that off, but I'm gonna try. I don't know if I can get my hand up in there. Alright, so I want to take this auger out of here, and I'm not 100% sure how that comes off, so we're going to learn as we go. We'll just keep on bolting until it comes apart, right? That's what I say. Save all the nuts, bolts, washers for a future project. I was thinking about getting one of them little wireless microphones, but still, they're quite pricey. I was actually shocked. Alright, so like I said, I'm not sure. Looks like a couple compression pins in there. I guess we'll have to punch them out, see if this all comes out in one piece. If you look inside, there's two pins. I'm going to try to punch them out with a punch. And I don't think I can get in there. Alright, so I see two compression pins in there. I got one out already. This is that shoe part, get that apart. And if you look down inside there, there's two pins. I'm thinking once I punch them pins out, hopefully this thing will slide right out. So let me give that thing. I don't have my regular torches here, so I use some nap gas right here to heat that pin up a little bit. Now I'm gonna see if I can punch it out. Not a lot of room to swing a hammer right here. There it goes. Alright, so that pin popped out. Hopefully we can wiggle this thing out of here. No, it don't look like it's gonna go, huh? Looks like I'm gonna have to heat that up and try to drive this out. I don't know. Alright, we'll keep working on it, keep spraying it, keep heating it, and I'll be prying it out. I'm trying to take this off of that. This is the way they call it, is two stage. Here's your single stage and your second stage there. The second stage throws it out. That's how you get a two-stage, why they call it a two-stage blower. You notice some of them little smaller ones just have an auger that throw it out? There you go. I do see some bolts behind there, but I don't know what those go to, so. This can't go too far in there. You just keep working at it, I guess. Alright, I'm struggling with this in here, trying to take this apart. I think I'm going to go at it from a different angle. There's 3 nuts on each side of this blower part. I'm going to take them apart and see if it comes apart any easier that way. You guys got any ideas what I'm building yet? I'm sure somebody's got an idea of what I'm building. Ah, that looks better. Alright, let's see what happens here. Alright, so let me get a light. I guess it appears the only thing holding this on are these 2 belts and that little spring, believe it or not. Alright, let me see what I can do to get that off. Should be rather simple, right? I got a feeling that this spring's going to be the hard part. Whoa, we don't like that. I'm gonna get something to hold the back of this thing up. I don't like the way it's flipping on me. Yeah, just this spring and them 2 belts. Let me get them off and this should separate everything. Not a lot of room to get that spring off of there. It's important that I don't break that spring. That's the cable up to the handle. So close. Alright. So this thing gonna just separate to 2 pieces. Ah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. interesting. And maybe that one bolt goes all the way through and holds everything. Oh, I guess we'll give that a shot, right? Alright, so we got this thing apart. I gotta go get a coffee, and I'll show you where we're gonna go from there. After struggling, I tried to take this thing apart. It was as simple as taking off 3 bolts on each side, 6 bolts. I unbolted it, took the belts off, one little spring, and this thing separated. Alright, so for now, I want to box this in. I want to put a plate over the front of this thing. So, what I'm going to use is, get these old bed frames, just a little bit of angle iron. I'm going to cut these and weld them in and box this all up. So there'll be no explanation needed on this, so I'm just going to get to it. So, I got to put a plate on the front of this. So I'm going to use that plate. I'm going to mark, any of my projects, I try to make everything as bolt down as possible for accessibility. So I got that in place. I'm going to mark the 3 holes on each side. I'm going to do some cross bracing in there, and we're going to drill this out, and we're going to bolt this plate onto the front. I already cut angle iron out of the bed frames over there, which I'm going to use for my framing. So we're going to weld this in, then we'll mark our holes, drill it all out. You guys starting to get the picture here? What's going on? I hope so. On my angle iron, I tacked it in place. Okay, so when I put my plate on, I can mark my holes. So as I'm doing this, you guys can understand that. As you can see, I made my marks for the holes. Now I'll take this one on the angle iron, and I'll transfer it down to the bottom, and I'll be able to bolt it. I am going to run one across the middle also. So let me get this all drilled out. We'll get it back in place. Come on. These 2 holes should line up. Hopefully, keep your fingers crossed. Perfect. Gonna be perfect. I might have to wobble them out a little bit, but for the most part they fit. Okay. Pack this piece in, see if we can mark them out. Okay, so I got my holes drilled in the angle iron. This plate's gonna basically bolt right on, like this, and it's gonna bolt all the way around. Once I weld the angle iron in, I'll weld the piece across the middle, and this whole plate's gonna be able to be unbolt in case we have to service this. Now I made a little mistake, but I'll go back and fix that. On the back of the angle line, I welded nuts. So you don't have to worry about getting a wrench in there. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'll drill a couple holes here, and I'll weld nuts on the back of it, and this plate will be removed. Be able to remove it for service. Or, if you haven't quite figured out what I'm building yet, which I don't think many of you have, if you have, leave a comment down below. Tommy McGovern, you should know what I'm building. Alright, let me keep welding, let me get these holes drilled out, and the next step, you guys will see what I'm building. Alright, so got my holes all drilled in the front plate. My angle line's tacked in. I welded nuts on the back of everything, so we have a plate to remove it in case we service. I forgot there's a little spring in here that drives the wheels, a return spring, and I forgot to put that on, so I had to take this apart. All I did was weld a little washer in there. It was actually in the way of the angle line. I welded a little washer in there and just hooked it up too. Nothing major, just a little return spring. Alright, so let's weld this thing up. As usual, I'm not going to weld here, there. I don't want this thing jumping all around on me because the holes are lined up pretty good. Any guesses yet? Alright, let's get the welder on. Okay, I have to back you guys up a little bit. I don't want to wreck the lens on from the spatter from welding. Nice. What is that? Alright, so I painted it on the back side. Lordy, lordy, I hope the bolts line up. I'm using grade 8s. 9 locks on the back side. I'm not going to tighten them all up because I got some more work to do here. I don't want to tighten them up and then have to take them all off again. Just want to make sure everything lines up. It's looking pretty good. What do you guys think so far? Alright, so the bolts all line up. Alright, I'm gonna go get a coffee. You guys keep thinking about it. Alright, I want to reuse this cover. I got a gapping hole, so I think I'm gonna put a piece of metal in there, cut it out with the plasma cutter, and see how it fits. So I did my usual, got some cupcake cardboard. Gonna make my template. Then I'm gonna go cut it out of a piece of steel on a plasma cutter, lay it in there, see how it fits. What do you guys think of that? Cupcake cover. Well, let me get the plasma cutter set up. Plasma cutter set up, and we'll cut that piece out. Sorry about all that racket. Okay, so I cut this piece, put it away, wind it up, and you tack it on this yellow fits actually first. Oh, not too bad. Right? Looks okay. There's a little bit of grinding to do over here once I paint it. It'll look beautiful. Alright, let me weld that up. I'm not going crazy welding that, it's just a Filipino. Alright, a little bit of grinding, and should be good. We'll take that all up. See what the paint looks like. Got the color. That's how, folks. I'm going to get the button off. Up. I'll take this, and we're going to get out to the point. It's part of this. Okay. Actually, the wheelbarrow had nothing to do with this. Here you go. Trailer dolly. Gas powered. I may have to adjust this up a little bit. A couple little tweaks maybe, but all in all, you got them trailers, you're going to move around. Instead of buying one of them things with the wheels, there you go, you got a gas powered. 5 speeds forward and even 2 reverse. Oh, we're going to go try it out tomorrow on G Daddy's trailer. Like I said, I might have to adjust this up a little bit, but we got even a a thing here, attachment where we can pull stuff, or another hitch. So actually I can make another thing to push something if I want to, another attachment. Alright, you know, who knows, probably can pull stumps out with this thing too. It's a peppy little bastard. Alright, we'll see you tomorrow during the demo day.